Hey everybody, welcome back to ContinueQuest. My name is Dominic.
My name is Nick. I went second, Paul.
And I'm Paul. It's weird to go last. That's like the old times.
It's like
It
the
is like the old time.
Oh.
Continue Prime,
I miss
people.
it. Continue
the
Prime.
Continue Core. Fuck Josh.
We're back with Mario RPG, and are we about to fight the boss?
We're gonna go through the
we're about to fight the boss, I think.
Wow. We did real good last
look at
time.
that.
This is like his
Mario
weird toy
up there.
room. There's a Samus in there, I
Why
think.
does he have a toy of his enemy?
There's a couple Yoshis. There's a
there's
Samus.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Is that a Kirby? The pink
I think
thing?
there's some Kirby's.
Is that Kirby or is that a Yoshi? Different. Is that a pink? I think that's a pink Yoshi.
Pink Yoshi. It's fun because it's
I think.
kind of
Well,
like
I think the pink on top is Princess.
the little orange thing.
Oh, it is. You're right.
The little orange thing on the bottom kind of looks like a ghost from Pac-Man.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if they were.
There's a couple Easter eggs in this game. There's Samus and Link sleeping in one of the rows or one of the
inns. Yeah, Link's
What,
in
just
there.
like in the bed?
Yeah, like
That's
you wake up
awesome.
and they're like next to you.
That's fucking cool.
All right, let's go do this.
Yeah, so we were talking last time about the upcoming documentary about Scientology going clear.
Going clear.
Going clear.
Yeah.
Coming clear.
I'm gonna come clear about how I feel about going clear.
It's my favorite 311 song, guys.
Hey, if you're coming clear, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you might want to get checked out.
Yeah. Or you got checked and had a vasectomy. How does that work?
Does it come out clear?
I don't know.
Tell us. Leave a comment. You vasected.
Yeah, if you had a vasectomy,
vasected video game fans.
is it just the feeling without the mess?
That would be.
I
fantastic.
bet it doesn't feel as good
No.
because when you J a whole lot of J, it feels pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, you accomplished something. You know? You made something. Anyways. So we were talking about going clear, and it came out in the interim between this episode and the last one. And Dom, you haven't watched it yet, right?
I haven't watched it.
It's great.
But you are a Scientologist, so it's okay.
I am a Scientologist, so I don't know if I'm going to like it as much. What I was going to ask is I've heard that some of the reviews, and I've done my fair share of research on Scientology, is that it's nothing new. Because I think a lot of people were expecting it to be something a lot bigger because it'd been so, it had seen so much resistance in coming out. What did you think?
Okay, so as far as the things that they do to people, the messed up things they do to people, nothing new. And as far as like sort of how it operates, like the story and like the like how the church operates, for the most part, again, nothing very new. I think what was really revealing in the documentary, though, you gotta play hide and go seek here.
Yeah.
Cool. What was really revealing, though, was the fact that you were listening to people that were formerly in the church,
right,
and their experiences. So it's one thing to hear people saying like, "This is what happens to you when you're there." It's a whole other thing to experience someone's, like, listen to someone's experience
account,
and hear about how horrifying it was. It makes it a lot more scary and real, just hearing that. And also, like, the story of Xenu. Everybody knows the story of Xenu and the well, not everybody. If you don't know, there's a giant volcano that all the people from a prison planet, all the bad people from a planet were taken and put in this prison in Earth, which was a giant volcano, and it was bombed with a bunch of nuclear bombs, and that's when all the souls were released into our planet, and that's what overtakes all these people, and that's what Scientology is seeking to get rid of.
That really happened.
Totally, really happened.
Super happened.
They made a movie about it.
Yep.
Battlefield Earth.
Is that really?
No, well, it is a Scientology movie.
Because I was gonna say, because he's one of the big guys, John Travolta.
Yeah.
So I guess Scientologists love Dutch angles.
The gay
too.
guy who's not gay but pays his masseuses to.
Yeah, dude, that was a big thing too. Was the, like, you start to realize, like, Tom Cruise and John Travolta's life, there's a lot of rumors about them being gay.
It's sad.
It's sad, and you start to realize that that's probably why the two of them are such big Scientologists, is because they're afraid of what will happen to them if their secrets are revealed.
Yeah, because when you go in for the readings and stuff, they keep asking you about these, like, traumatic experiences and, like, these secrets. Like, one of the questions is, like, are you afraid that my questioning is going to find one of your secrets or something like that? And, like, So that's probably came up. It like, hey, that's how I feel about men and stuff. But like, they're too afraid it'll damage their career if it comes out at this point.
Well,
So,
I think also Scientology is afraid of having gay men in Scientology.
Oh, absolutely. They talk about that in the documentary and everything about their fear of homosexuality. And it's so funny because it's supposed to be a very like open-minded, forward-thinking organization where they want to heal the earth and make everything positive. And they are anti-homosexual because the man that wrote it and came up with the religion lived it in the 50s and 60s and probably was of the social norms at the time.
Yeah.
Was like, they're bad though. Those ones aren't good.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna turn you gay.
Yep. So,
Here's the thing. If you have a fear of turning gay,
yeah.
you are already gay. Like, you already like men and you're afraid that you're gay. Like,
I'm scared of this killer clown right now, just saying. That's horrifying. He's really good with knives, I can tell.
Yeah, he is. I like jumping. For some reason, either it does more damage or, holy crap, 146 with a hammer?
Dude, you're doing killer damage.
Rocked him, man.
Oh, you are destroying.
You've been grinding? Hey, you've been grinding on the weekend?
boy. Everybody's grinding for the weekend.
So the Xenu story, everybody knows about that. Most people know about that thanks to South Park and things like that. But what you don't know is how they reveal it to you. And Paul Haggis is fascinating in this documentary.
Oh my god, he's phenomenal in it.
So revealing, so like the empathy you feel for that man because he like it completely bears himself to how he was hoodwinked by this organization.
So Paul Haggis basically, he was a screenwriter. I think he's director too, right?
So, yeah, he's directed a couple things. Mostly a screenwriter though.
But he talks about how he was like, oh, I was looking for something to help me feel better, basically. And he's like, oh, I heard about Scientology. It sounded like a good thing. You talk about all the bad things in your life and you get rid of them. And it sounded like a great self-help kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then he ascends all these different levels. And that's when they drop the Xenu story on you.
Yeah, they wait till you're like halfway through. Maybe not halfway, but they wait for a while till you're like pretty invested in it. And then they drop, they're like, we got a big secret to show you. Like, you're going to get the special prize for getting this far in.
Yeah.
And they give you L. Ron Hubbard's handwritten documents about the Xenu story. And he says he reads it and he was like, what the fuck is this? And that's the big thing. That's one of the big things because you know that story, but you suddenly realize, oh, they don't show that to you right away because they loop you in and they get all this information and dirt about you, and then they reveal that shit to you. And if you're not buying in, you're trapped. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's real crazy. I don't want to reveal too much about the documentary because there's still a ton more.
I will watch it because I just, by the way, just powered through all of season 4 of Game of Thrones. Incredible.
Oh,
yeah.
Great season.
Tyrion Lannister, secret Scientologist? What?
Maybe. Did you watch the end where he takes off his face and he's Xenu?
Hey, it's me, Xenu.
But it is available on streaming HBO Go because it's an HBO documentary.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So I'll watch it. But what I wanted to say about that is that it's so funny because it's so clear that they don't want you to go to a psychologist because any kind of mental health treatment or pill, which some people do need, they're totally against. So it's just funny because they're like, don't go to a psychologist or a therapist. Come to us because you level up when you come to us. And if you level up enough, we'll tell you a dope secret that nobody knows.
Nick wants to make the point that it was like a video game.
No, Scientology is
a video game.
Yeah.
It's got the middle of the story RPG twist. You know, finding out that Cloud is Zack, a clone of Zack. You know, like you get that moment with the Xenu story, and you're like, oh. Shit done changed.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Well, and there's levels.
There's levels.
The more time you invest in it, the, quote, better you are at it.
There's classes, because you can become certain types of... You can become an auditor.
Right.
You can become...
For $15, you can change your race.
Well, dude, the money is a big... Paul Haggis talks about how he sunk like $250,000 into it.
Yeah, man. He didn't even server change, and he spent that much money. Crazy.
Don't they have a naval fleet?
They do, called the
Sea Fort. No, fuck. I just watched it. I can't remember now.
Yeah,
it's like the
Secor?
Secor. Yeah. Because I kept thinking of Secor laxatives. Every time they said it, I was like, yeah, that's fucking nasty.
Well, that is, I think, a smart observation because just like that, they use. I mean, look at any mobile game and how there are commercials for apps. in the Super Bowl and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's because, like, it's very easy to create something that's addictive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you get your hooks in early, you make it cheap and easy to access, and then after you've invested time and money into it, you're like, I gotta keep going with this.
Yeah.
I've already invested so much.
Well, Paul Haggis talks about that. He's like, well, I guess I'll just keep going because I've already paid for the next thing, so I'll just go and feel better. And then he gets to that fucking Xenu level, and he's just like, what the fuck?
But he's so embarrassed to leave.
And that's what a lot of them talk about. They talk about how like embarrassed they are that it's like come down to like, how can I have been so blind that that's what this is? And
Yep.
Well, I mean, I have a hard time. Well, not so much anymore, but I used to have a hard time the morning after going out for a drink of like the crippling anxiety that I had of like being like, I was an asshole, even though I didn't get drunk or anything. I would just be like, I totally made a turd of myself. Imagine like sinking $250,000 into something and then being like, oh yeah, this is dumb.
yeah.
What did I do? Yeah.
What will people think?
Oh, that's awesome. So you jump on the
Yeah,
barrels.
you got to get like further.
Is Donkey Kong at the top of this place?
Probably. If
Feels
they were
like
smart, they
feels
should
like he
have.
should have been.
Oh,
He should have
One
been
more,
a character.
one more.
I guess they didn't have hit Donkey Kong Country yet. Or no,
No, they did.
they did, but it wasn't the super hit yet. Like where like they had made like 3 of them, and they were like,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong is
I think
back.
I think they definitely had made 2.
Had they made
Probably
2 at
will
this
work
point?
on the 3.
Probably.
Yeah, Diddy Kong's Quest came out in maybe 94.
Oh, okay. And this was
I'm gonna look it up because people are also in front of the internet. So if we're doing this show and it's on the internet, we shouldn't.
we have to look things
Yeah.
up.
come on.
It would have been cool to have that kind of crossover in this.
The thing about it is that was totally in Rare's hands at that point. So
True.
that was their property that they were really
True.
working on.
Well, I kind
Yeah.
of thought that like there would be more characters, and shit.
Yeah, you think that? Well, that was kind of like a thing that hadn't
95, by the way.
95 for Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
Okay. That I don't think that was quite as popular. Oh yeah, because this game came out in like '96. I don't think it was quite as popular to have like. It's not until Suikoden. I don't know how to say that game's name.
Suikoden.
Suikoden.
I don't know.
What is that?
It's a very popular Japanese RPG from PlayStation. That game had like 100 characters, and like that kind of like started to happen where they were like, hey, people like shit tons
bunch
of
of
characters
characters, yeah.
Yeah.
to choose from.
You know, Chrono Cross was like that. The Chrono Trigger
Yeah. 'Cause
sequel.
Chrono Trigger had like, what, 8 people or something like that?
Something
in it, or
like that, yeah.
I forget exactly the number for that. I'm sure people will let us know.
Damn
but
it.
yeah, like, you know, like you had these RPGs that had smaller casts, and that was kind of the thing. I mean, Final Fantasy 6-3 had a pretty big
come
cast.
on.
Oh, you had him.
I
dude.
was right in front. You can't throw me a
you-
fucking bone,
Princess, maybe you could do something and bend over a little bit, maybe. You know?
Whoa! Whoa, Paul.
You mean reach down and hand me a flower?
Are you trying to get enough flower fireball things so
I
that
think
you
you
can shoot
just
a fire?
get flower things, so you get 4 flowers.
So is this like a
don't
love
know.
test? Or are we gonna do like a?
Do you get like flower tabs for them?
Yeah, I think you may have.
That'd be great.
Ooh, use them up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think I had that many before.
Did you? What's a flower jar? Same thing.
It does 5 or 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You were gonna save that one.
There's another documentary I watched about a religion that you should probably watch now after watching the Scientology one because it is in the same era in that like boom of sci-fi literature.
Yeah.
It was created around the same time, and I forget what it's called. It's not Heaven's Gate because that's the cult that killed themselves.
Yeah.
It's a different one, but there is this celestial woman who just so happens to be the wife of the guy who created the religion. And it's like, she's this celestial person that has now come to Earth, and you go and talk to her, and she's real nice, and she'll tell you, it's so funny to hear. It's another one of those science fiction religions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's super dated, and like you look at it, and it's just very silly now. But they believe that you living your life, you've also lived past lives.
Right.
And if
Okay.
you write a piece of fiction, that's just the life you are remembering in the moment.
That's a cool
that's
idea.
interesting.
It's a neat idea.
Cool sci-fi idea.
Have you guys seen Jupiter Ascending?
No,
No,
not yet.
You got to see it because
Didn't you say-
there's a really neat idea of like reincarnation just through different periods. Like you like, because DNA, like, it's so random that there has to be the same makeups over the course of forever.
Wait,
Right.
Jupiter Ascending or Cloud Atlas?
Jupiter Ascending.
Whoa, really? But I thought Cloud Atlas was like that too.
Oh, is it? Oh, well,
Maybe.
maybe.
Same guys,
I mean,
so-
Both.
But anyway, regardless.
Sorry.
This religion one, it's funny because they believe that that's the way it was, but they also believe that every year that people are going to come to Earth and take us away. And every year they hold a big welcoming party, and if they don't show up, then that was like they decided that like this time in another life, like there was a war, and they decided against it. I'll continue this conversation.
Yeah, Brad has decided.
Brad's
against
decided.
this time.
I know it sounds like it's going nowhere, but I'm about to say some cooler stuff about it.
So we'll follow up on the next episode, guys.
Hey everybody, welcome back to ContinueQuest. My name is Dominic.
My name is Nick. I went second again, Paul.
I'm Paul. I'm getting used to it.
Hey, I remembered what the name of that cult was. By the
What
way,
was
it's
it?
a cult. It's the Unarian cult. And this is a conversation from the previous episode, so if you're watching this out of order for some reason,
If you jumped in just
check out the
now-
last episode because it was good.
It was a good
We got
one.
into some shit.
Yeah, we talked about religions and cults. Hey, how do you get decided to be a religion and not a cult, or vice versa?
Well, they're all the same.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bold statement.
Of course. Well, what is the definition of a cult?
I guess a cult. I don't know.
It's all just made up
Yeah.
shit. It's trying to control you.
Here, let's. I'm gonna look on Wikipedia and look up cult.
All right. While you do that, I'll explain.
Yeah, continue.
This. So
Top Google search.
So
Am
the
I in a
Unarians.
cult?
So the Unarians make their own movies that explain the history of time. One time a guy was just writing a piece of fiction
Yeah.
in the religion, and the woman was like, the head lady, who is the celestial woman, who was really just an old lady, was like, that really happened to you. Did you know that? Yeah, that's for real. Then they were like, let's make this movie. And it's just a weird movie with these people from this cult who are just like, it's really interesting because it's a really interesting artistic performance of like people who aren't actors acting out these lives that they think they had, and any movement is true to that statement. You know, so it's real weird. But they also believe that along with this past life thing, that there were also brothers who have come to Earth and helped out humanity. And one of the brothers was the creator of Star Trek.
Really?
They were like, sure enough, yeah, he was a brother. So basically, any science fiction that they like, the person who wrote it was a brother. Who came from space.
Like Asimov, probably a brother.
Probably a brother. But they talk about it. It's really interesting to hear them talk about it. It's real weird.
So the story of the actual nice job finding that secret
Dude,
entrance.
I know what's up, man.
So the story of the actual documentary is a fictionalized story like they produced, or is it just a documentary like documenting their beliefs?
Documenting their beliefs.
Oh, okay,
So it's
cool.
on Hulu. It's a little weird. It's long. It's not that long, but it's like it's pretty slow, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
And
that's
when
cool.
every year they gather for like a parade to welcome the people coming to Earth to take them back up into space. And everyone has their own sign and their own like costume that's like, I am from this planet out in nowhere.
Take me home.
They
Yeah.
know what planet they're from.
Yeah. Well, because they thought it. So if they thought it, must be true.
It's true. Yeah,
It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting thing.
I want to check that out because that sounds really fun.
The Unarian cult. You can watch some of their movies on YouTube.
It sounds real fun to spend an hour and a half looking at how weird these people are.
Well, you could spend like a half hour reading the Columbine Wikipedia entry if you'd like. Go down one of those dark internet holes. So it's really just where you want to spend your time.
Where you want to get darkness from.
I've done
yeah.
that before.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah.
Hey, if you've never read the Wikipedia entry for Columbine, do it because piece by piece, they have the whole story of what happened.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's not too gruesome or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a point by point recount of what happened.
Yeah.
My buddy's a police officer, and he told me last summer that they finally put together. They took all the 911 calls because the one kid called 911 as they went into the school and then put the phone in his pocket, and the 911 operator can't hang up.
Yeah.
So he just left the cell phone in his pocket the whole time. So they can hear everything. They could hear everything that was going on from his point of view. And then they also had security cameras everywhere. And they finally took that audio from that 911 call and then sunk it up with all the security cameras, and you can watch with sound from his perspective a video, and the police have to watch it as part of like they do training for like situations like that.
Yeah.
And that's like obviously one of the most famous situations that they have to like study. And he said he had to watch it, and he said it was one of the most horrific things he's ever like sat
I'd
through.
imagine, dude.
Yeah, because he's like, because it's scary. It's like you can watch the footage and it's like you're kind of removed and it's silent.
Yeah.
But when you can hear people. Oh, he said it was like chilling and
It's
like
probably like that
unbelievable.
Grizzly Man tape, dude.
Yeah, the Grizzly Man tape. The Werner Herzog saved us from having-
You should never listen to
Destroy it. Destroy it.
Destroys this tape.
Did you know that he later went back and was like, I was being dramatic.
Dude, he
Like,
does
that's what
that
he
all
talks
the
about
time.
it
He
now.
always does that.
I was just being dramatic.
I love that man. 'cause
He's great.
I watched the documentary.
Penguins of Madagascar.
Yeah,
He's
and
in the
it was-
beginning of that.
Yeah. Did you see that Coke commercial that is like a Werner Herzog ripoff?
No.
It's like, wow, the Coke touches the teeth of the young child. It's like, whatever. Go on with what you're about to say.
I was
though.
watching the documentary about Ebert. It just came out.
Oh, dude, I want to see it
Life
so
Itself. It was good. And Werner Herzog's in it, and he's like, everyone else is like talking about Ebert very like, yeah, we used to drink at the bar, we used to do this, we used to do that. And Werner Herzog's thing is great. He's just like, every time I am walking and I come to his star on the walk in front of the theater, I just keep my head forward and I do not look down, but I know I am walking over it. And I look at the skyline. And I look off and I think of Roger. It's just like so like poetic and just beautiful like moment, and everyone else is like, yeah, we used to drink like Johnny Walker Black and just get like blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like a regular old dude, but old Werner, he's just being a
great.
weirdo.
Did you know that Roger
God.
Ebert wrote one film?
Yeah, they talk about that in the documentary.
Oh, okay, yeah,
actually.
duh.
Valley
You
of the
watched-
Dolls, right?
Yeah, yeah.
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 Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Beyond the
right?
Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah.
And apparently it's crazy.
I've heard that it's great from someone.
Critics loved it. I think it's hard to judge that because critics loved it because you got to imagine he's boys with all the critics. And I think a critic is a professional
And his
enough.
critic homies were
Yeah,
like,
his critic
the
homies-
dopest, go see it.
But like, I'm not saying that they would do that. Like, I believe that all critics have a degree of professionalism and objectivism that they could separate themselves from it.
Yeah.
But you got to imagine, whoa, is our game freaking out?
Guys, again, this is emulation. We're sorry, but
We're sorry, we couldn't get a hold of this game.
and we're sorry, we're not talking about the game anymore. We got into Werner Herzog.
What?
Oh
no!
That's the one I
Bowser.
wanted.
You will see the turtle man kissing the Mario.
I like Mario was pretty happy about that. I think
He was all about it, man.
Does it change? Is it random or is it always Bowser that kisses him?
I think it's always Bowser.
Yeah. Look at Peach.
Ah,
You little
Peach, you
trickster.
crazy.
That's cute. But yeah, they talk about that, and they like the critics loved it, and apparently it's just balls to the wall like exploitation movie.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like because he was real into like, and they were asking like a bunch of his buddies like, why do you think he made the movie? And like, why did he like these kinds of movies? And they were like, oh, because he liked boobs. They like say that they're like because
That's
he
really
said
funny.
he loved boobs. Like he just loved seeing boobs. Like they just say that about this guy.
Hey, man. That's
Hey.
keeping it 100.
Yeah, seriously. Did you guys ever watch At the Movies?
No.
No, I didn't get to watch it when I was growing up. It's something they did. What did it air on WPIX?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't get that channel when I was younger.
I watched it all the time, man.
Yeah?
It was like my go-to. I think it was on Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I remember reading the book because they would always have like the book of like Ebert and Siskel's like movie picks of the year, and like you could like go and read like little mini like synopsis of all of them, and it was like the big book of movies. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
My aunt always had that in her bathroom, so when I go to the bathroom, I would read that.
You know what we had at Blockbuster was that one big one that was like dogs, like some like dog with sunglasses on and a bone. And he's like his top movies.
Doug the dog.
It was like a big thick book with like reviews of all movies. It was something that was very handy in the days of video rental stores when they were independent. You were like, I don't know what movies are good.
Right.
Yeah.
They would tell you what to order.
They'd be like, listen to this dog.
Look at this dog persona.
That's great.
I just gotta say that cake would not do well on
No.
any of the cake shows.
No.
Cake Boss, they would
Cake
not
Boss,
go
no,
for that.
he would not be for it.
Hey, let's talk about reviewers real quick. Modern day personalities. What's that dude's name from Ain't It Cool News? Harry?
Yeah, Harry Knowles.
Yeah,
Harry Knowles.
Yeah.
That guy, I feel like his time has come and gone. Not to put him down or anything, but like,
Right.
I used to see that guy on the internet a lot.
Yeah.
Now I don't see him much at all.
Yeah, I think like Ain't It Cool News kind of dropped off a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, I used to like read it all the time. It was like really big when there was like what is it, news groups and stuff like before that was like
Before blogs were, before like
Yeah.
Kotaku really hit it off, or
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Gawker Network really was successful. Ain't It Cool News was like that site that wasn't really formatted. I think that's its main flaw is
it was
that
just
it looks
text.
ugly.
Yeah, it
Right.
it was just a text site from when sites were just text.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I would read it like when I was in college and stuff, and it was interesting to find out about episode 3 and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah, like I feel like it's just not. It doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. Like so many sites aggregate all that stuff, and then a lot of the guys who started that, who were like big on that site, moved and are like on their own sites now.
Well, I guess it's just part victim of what's the word I'm looking for? Consolidation, internet
Yeah.
consolidation.
Right.
You know, everyone goes to Rotten Tomatoes to figure out if they should see it.
Yeah,
Right.
Rotten Tomatoes is a really good aggregator of that stuff.
Yeah, like Metacritic and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then there's just, like you said, it fractured a lot. It's also fracturing because there's consolidation and fracturing because now there's so many reviewers out there. There's like a personality for everybody's type,
Yeah.
And like very few people go out and read.
Like us.
Like us.
Somewhat.
That's why people
On the
love
ContinueQuest,
us.
you know.
Oh yeah.
But that's why people really like that show because they got to be a part of it. They got to be personalities too.
Exactly. Yeah. And I hope that people find that with this show too.
I hope so too. This is like, we're recording this. This still hasn't aired yet,
Yeah.
technically. So, but as we get more in the habit of airing and getting comments and interacting, it's going to be a lot more of that.
Yeah. I mean, we're recording a lot before we air because we want to make sure we can keep it going without any sort of like hitches.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, let's get a lot of content so that we got a nice buffer and we can make as much, and we don't run into issues like we did with ContinueQuest.
With ContinueQuest, because that was the biggest thing with ContinueQast is that you're wrangling 5 lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Who all have jobs that aren't just the job that we're doing,
Right.
And it's like, so like with this, it's like, it's weird. Like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, man, we have been making a lot of this without any feedback from our audience yet.
So they could despise it.
It could be a disaster.
Shit.
I remember the last time I went to Ain't It Cool News.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I read a review for Pirates of the Caribbean 3, and
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
oh man, I gotta hear how much he hated it because I fucking hated it. It was like a glowing review.
What?
And I was like, all right, I'm done. Like the movie was
Wow.
Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is great. 2 is I enjoyed. 3 is a fucking piece of garbage.
I saw it in the theater. I don't even remember it.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what some. We went to see Pirates of the Caribbean in the theater at like a midnight screening, and somebody threw seaweed at the screen. Like that's how fanatical people
Did that
were
guy
about
drive
movies.
to the ocean and bring that back for tonight?
Like he must have like brought it. Yeah, he had to have brought it from the ocean. Like you
Or he's
can't
like-
buy seaweed
You
at
could
like,
go buy
the supermarket,
like,
right?
You could buy like Japanese like culinary seaweed and like soak it for days and just like prep
God.
it. But even that is insanity. That's dedication right there.
It's commitment, man. Commitment to the craft.
He's like, I'm gonna make this the new Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing this stuff again.
I did look up big sidetrack back to the beginning of our conversation. I looked up the definition of cult, and you're right, it's the same definition of religion. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object. So that's just the same definition as a religion.
A cult is just the
Essentially.
word that religion made up
It's
Whoa.
to differentiate.
Oh!
Yeah, that's right.
Big
Big religion.
What does this froggy drink do? Is that like a mega elixir?
I'm not sure. It's
I hope-
good.
Oh,
Yeah, it does to everybody.
Shit.
All right.
Froggy, drink it up.
You know,
Drink it
I'm
up.
gonna attack with Bowser
And then Froggy drank.
and Froggy drink with Gino because Bowser does more attack damage, I think.
That's a good idea.
Okay, do it up.
All right. I just hope it doesn't backfire and he kills everybody in the next
What if you
hit.
killed him in that hit? Oh.
He's only got
blow out all
one
the
candle
candles.
left. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you think I should just go for it?
I would use a mid mushroom and go for it.
Use mid mushroom
I would
on.
attack with Mario and then with Gino. Oh, you're on Gino right now.
I'm on
Yeah,
Gino and then Mario.
give a mid mushroom to Mario.
Okay.
Wait, you're gonna heal Mario on that Gino
Heal
drop?
Mario.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, Gino drops. That's fine. The people who are doing damage right now are Mario.
Yeah, they're like the tough ones.
It's fucking
Gino,
disgusting.
yeah.
He pulls it out of his head. That's
Ooh,
fucking
and we got a
gross,
free
dude.
one. Sweet. Let's see if we can do this.
Oh, Gino's gonna go again?
No, you got.
Oh, you got a free mushroom.
Oh.
Oh
Diamond
God,
Soul!
diamonds!
Oh my
God, he's
Crap.
dead.
Gino,
Oh my God, he
God.
died. He died.
All right. Oh, now I gotta.
Mario's all tired and shit.
Dude, I'm running low, man. This battle. I remember this battle being really hard.
Who would think a cake would be this destructive?
All right.
One that looks like that, I guess.
Let's attack with Gino.
Yeah, a cult is basically just a religion. But the thing is, there's an interesting second definition that's basically like a small, relatively small group of people.
Oh,
So
shit.
the original definition was that they were small. That it was like
The
large.
cults were smaller.
But that's like every religion's a cult at the start.
Yeah,
then.
you gotta start with a base, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real here.
Let's hear it.
Every great story has a cult in it. A tiny little spooky religion.
Dude, you're right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
You
yeah.
remember
dude,
a little
Ghostbusters?
movie, The Village?
Yeah.
That's your example.
That's your go-to.
I love it.
It's The Village.
I love it.
The Village is pretty good.
The Village is a good movie.
I never saw it because I heard it was so bad.
No, it's not bad.
I heard it was bad.
You're a liar.
Oh, Brad. Brad thinks it's bad.
What? Brad said it was bad.
Brad said it's bad, and then we gotta stop talking right now.
Brad.
You're not even giving us a chance to like defend
ahead,
ourselves,
defend
Brad.
it.
Alright, wait,
real
no,
quick.
we'll defend it in the next episode.
All right,
all right, all
You
right.
guys like M. Night Shyamalan? Stick around for the next Continue Quest. We're gonna talk a little bit.